Recording has started. I'll start with the session. Good evening, Razor members. I hope the interim went well for all of you. After a long wait, we are finally starting here with the Spotlight session 2. Our last research spotlight of 2025. And what a perfect way to wrap up the year as we step into a new one together. As Albert Einstein said once, the the important the important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Tonight, we are celebrating that spirit of curiosity and discovery. So, our first spotlight session dives into one of the most fascinating questions of our time. Can AI think like human? This session will explore the boundaries of artificial intelligence, its whether the machine can truly mirror human thoughts. Please join me in welcoming our first speaker, Rohan Sharma. Rohan, handing over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My name is Rohan Sharma, and I will be speaking on the topic Can AI comprehend human thinking? So, usually, may I share my screen?
Yes, please.
I'm sorry, I couldn't get you.
You can start sharing your screen, Rohan.
Sure. Is my screen visible now?
Yes, your screen is visible.
So, good evening, everyone. Today, I will be speaking on the topic Can AI comprehend human thinking? So today I want to talk about a question that has fascinated scientists, philosophers, and tech enthusiasts alike. Can artificial intelligence think like humans? When we talk about thinking, we usually imagine consciousness, reasoning, creativity, and emotions, the very qualities that make us human. AI, on the other hand, is designed to process vast amounts of data, recognize patterns, and make decisions at incredible speeds. It can play chess, compose music, or play even write stories. But does that mean it think like we do? Some argue that AI can mimic human thinking closely enough that it appears intelligent, but underneath it's still just algorithm following rules. Others suggest that true thinking involves understanding, awareness, and emotions, areas where AI is still very limited. This debate is not just theoretical, how we answer it affects everything, from how we design technology to how we interact with it, even how we understand our own minds. So today, I'll explore what it really means for AI to think, compare it with the human thought, and consider the possibilities and limitations of artificial intelligence in replicating the human mind. Sorry. From one point of view, it may seem like AI can write essays, solve problems, and recognize faces, or even hold conversations. When we interact with it, it feels intelligent, almost human. Some people believe that means this means AI is starting to think the way we do. But from another point of view, the answer is very different, or contextual in another sense. Human thinking is not just about giving correct answers. We think with emotions, personal experiences, curiosity, and awareness. We understand why something matters. When we feel happy, sad, or confused, or angry, those feelings shape our decisions. AI doesn't have any of that. It doesn't feel, it doesn't understand, and it isn't aware of itself. AI works by finding patterns in massive amounts of data and predicting what comes next. It doesn't know what it's saying, it's calculating probabilities. So while it can sound thoughtful, it isn't actually thinking. There's also a future perspective. Some scientists believe that one day machines might develop human like thinking. Others strongly disagree and say human consciousness is unique and cannot be copied by code. So, where does that leave us? The truth is, AI doesn't think like humans, but it can imitate parts of human beings thinking extremely well, and that imitation is powerful. It can help us learn, create, and solve problems, but it cannot replace human understanding. So, so why is this question necessary? The question, can AI think like humans, is necessary because it helps us understand both technology and ourselves. As AI becomes more advanced, it can solve problems, learn patterns, and communicate like humans. This makes us wonder whether intelligence is the same as thinking. By asking this question, we realize that human thinking is more than processing information. It includes emotions, values, creativity, and moral judgment, things AI does not truly experience. Understanding this difference helps us use AI correctly as tools rather than a replacement for human decision making. This question is also important because it reminds us of what makes humans unique. It is a world where machines are becoming smarter. Asking whether AI can think like us ensures that human responsibility, empathy, and judgment remains essential. When we talk about thinking in humans, we mean using the mind to understand, reason, imagining, remembrance, and making decisions. Human thinking involves awareness. We know that we are thinking. We understand meaning. Our thoughts are influenced by emotions, experiences, and goals. Hence, Rene Descartes' famous line on thoughts is also true and can be debated on a lot of sense with context to AI. An AI system takes inputs such as text or images and uses mathematical models and learn patterns from large amounts of data to produce an output. It doesn't know what the information means. It simply calculates what response is most likely to be correct or useful based on its own data. So while AI can appear intelligent by answering questions, recognizing faces, or playing games, it is not aware of what it's doing. It doesn't have an intention or thoughts of its own. In short, human thinking is conscious and meaningful. While AI thinking is fast pattern recognition and computation, the word thinking for AI is a metaphor, not a literal description. ML and neural networks. So, neural networks are computational models inspired by sorry, inspired by the human brain, designed to process information using artificial neuron arranged in multiple layers. Each neuron receives input, applies a mathematical function, and passes the output to the next layer. The network learns by adjusting the weight of these connections, typically using algorithms like backpropagation and gradient descent to minimize prediction errors. Although the structure mimics the brain, the neural networks do not possess conscious awareness or emotions. The similarity is purely structural and functional, allowing them to stimulate complex patterns and decision making, but they do not think or understand like humans. In short, neural networks are mathematical models that emulate information processing, not cognitive reasoning. Sorry. So, does AI understand what it means, what it does? First, AI does not have self awareness. It doesn't think, feel, or reflect on its actions like humans do. It doesn't have a sense of I or consciousness. It is a tool following instructions. Secondly, AI does not truly understand meaning or context. Even though it can process language and answer questions, it doesn't actually grasp the concepts behind a word or certain situations. It doesn't mean what a sentence really means. It's just identifying patterns in the data it's been trained on. Third, it follows patterns learned from data. Essentially, it looks at examples it has seen before and predicts what is likely most to come next. For instance, If it's writing a story or answering a question, it's not reasoning like we do. It's drawing from patterns and probabilities it has learned. Finally, AI's output is based on probability, not understanding. When it generates a response, it chooses words or actions that are statistically likely to be correct, not because it understands them. So even if the answer seems smart, it really is the result of pattern matching rather than awareness or reasoning. In short, AI can mimic understanding very convincingly, but underneath, it's fundamentally different from human thinking. It's a sophisticated predictor, not a conscious thinker. In the next slide, as I talk about, can AI be creative? AI can definitely produce things that look creative like paintings, music, stories, or even computer code. For instance, AI art generators can create images from text prompts, combining different styles and elements in ways that seem artistic. Similarly, AI can compose music by analyzing existing songs and generating new melodies and rhythms. It can also write text like essays, poetry, or even functional code by learning patterns that require a huge amount of data. But it's important to understand that how this works. AI creativity is purely based on existing data. It doesn't even invent ideas from scratch like humans. It looks at patterns, learns from them, and recombines them to produce something new. And AI has no intent, no emotion, or no imagination. It doesn't create because it feels inspired or wants to express something. It just generates output that match patterns it has learned. So while AI can stimulate creativity and be a powerful tool for generating ideas, the human spark of imaginations, our feelings, experiences, and intentions is something AI cannot replicate. At the end of the day, it's a tool, not a creator in the human sense. A potential breakthrough to intertwining? This question has been raised as a contradiction to my own topic, can AI think like human beings? So this MIT article talks about a new method called shared interest that helps compare how AI models make decisions to how humans would make them. Instead of just checking if an AI gets the right answer, this approach looks at why it has made a decision, like which parts of an image or which word in text it focuses on. This helps researcher if the AI is reasoning in a way that makes sense to humans. For example, doctor could use it to check if a medical AI is making trustworthy decisions. Overall, it's about making AI more understandable and safer to us. In the end, this question that can AI think like humans is a question that although has a conclusion but is a question asked too soon. We may have a lot of influences, a lot of shared examples, and a lot of cultural propagation through video games and media that this question might have a conclusive answer, but with practical sense, this question still remains unanswered and I would say too soon to be questioned. Thank you.
Okay. Uh, so we have. So does anyone have any questions? Yes, Abik. Go ahead.
Hello, Rohan.
Yeah. Look.
So your topic was basically, is AI creative or not, right?
Or can it? It is a part of it, but the question it was supposed to be a topic based in question that can AI think like humans?
Okay, okay. So in your opinion, can AI think like humans?
As of now, no. Not even in the closest context, actually. Because if you may allow me to elaborate, uh, the AI in today's sense is not thinking in the way a human does. It's just using a lot of data as kind of like archives and just predict and a prediction model that basically churns out these answers that in front look like something that is palatable in a human sense. And many people take this as like a candid conversation that they're having with another person. But it's just the AI that has been trained in a certain such a way. The AI has been trained that it may simulate what a human may talk like, but it cannot. It is not exactly talking to you like that. It's just a simulation ran again and again through many people. In fact, even without logging in or signing in, if you ask for if you ask any kind of questions or any put in any prompts in ChatGPT, those things get stored. They're part of their database, and it basically brings them more closer and closer to how a human conversates with other people. So it may look like a facade that where a human brain can comprehend like a conversation, but it's actually not. It's just a lot of mathematical modeling and predicting from a lot of data that they have.
Okay.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Okay. One more question. Do
Yeah.
you think society sometimes overestimate AI's ability by assuming it understands things?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat your question once?
Yeah, sure. Do you think society sometimes overestimate AI's ability by assuming it understands things?
I would say sometimes yes. It is like uh, uh, I would not like to express it in a very personalized manner, but I would say that they trust on AI too much because the AI has basically AI is feigning them. It's like faking this human like interaction with them to just give them a feeling that you are not getting answered by a model, you're getting answered by a human. And that is how ChatGPT's model also works, and it's so attractive in a sense that it's not speaking to you like a robot or a computer, which may sound very boring or like very crass, to be honest. But but the way it converses with you, it feels like you're talking with another like person in a very formal sense. And some people can even like uh, put in prompts that basically tell the ChatGPT to reprogram themselves as like a friend or like as a mentor or as a father figure, somewhat like that. So I feel like the AI models today are simply not expressing any kind of human interaction. They're just models, a lot of more based on a lot of data from maybe from many of these history archives that are being presented in that manner. But I would say that it it is it is basically like a supporting factor for people, and it's not wrong for people to feel like that. But the truth is needs to be realized that it is not actually what it is that people think to be.
Okay. Anyone has any other points? Yes, Ratish, go ahead.
Hi, Rohan. So, in your opinion or perspective, so you talked about AI in relevance to their thinking with humans, right? So, what research works or prospects do you think that what advancements can be done for to make AI think like humans in the future? Because you are clearly stating that it is not thinking like humans now. So, what advancements can be done in your perspective? What
Yes, sir.
researchers can work upon to
Yes, sir.
make it even more
So,
effective?
yes, sir. So, sir, right now, as I said, sir, that this question is too soon. I'm not saying, sir, that it is not possible. I'm just saying that it's a little too soon to ask this question because recently only MIT has collaborated with IBM on the article also that I have presented in the PPT. So basically, what they're doing is they are putting the human emotions in like kind of a numerical data set, and they're trying to feed it to the model to see if the model can remodel itself, reprogram itself like a human when interacting with any picture. For example, a picture with a dog or and a picture with a dog in a box, for example. So the model in normal sense interacts with it in a logical manner that it's a dog with a box. Uh, Maybe a human might see it as a cute dog in a box. So those kind of emotions, they're trying to make it more numerical so that they could feed it like a mathematical equation, and seeing if the model can use those emotions to predict or to observe any kind of image or any kind of data. As of now, this is a certain advancement that we can see on whether we can bring AI closer to human thinking. But there is also a very interesting podcast I would like to recommend to you and to all of the people. It's by Prakhar Gupta, and it's with Mr. Arvind Srinivas, who is the CEO of Perplexity. And he points out a very important fact on AI, that there is no intent to AI. AI cannot initiate certain things unless we tell them to. So, for example, a human can initiate anything. A human can think about it and start something with a plan. But AI cannot do so. It has to be started at some point. So that is something where where they think that it might not reach those levels anytime in the future, but there have been attempts to do it. Thank you.
All right.
Any other doubts?
I have a question.
Yes.
So, Rohan, would you agree that if we were to boil it all down, the one thing that is separating AI very distinctly from us is consciousness?
Uh, yes, ma'am. Actually, you can say that because, and interestingly, a lot of media uh, also uses this trope a lot, that suddenly robots can gain a lot of this evil consciousness. There is not supposed to be an evil consciousness. A robot is just fed a lot of data, and it just simply analyzes it and acts accordingly on that data. uh, as I said, that emotions can be used numerically or can be reprogrammed into the model numerically, that that can make it maybe close to human thinking. But as I said, the intent to start, to structuralize or to initialize something, it is just not possible for AI or in the near future also. So yeah, in today's sense, yes, there is a lot of difference. We cannot say that AI thinks like a human.
Okay, so a follow up. So, given the
Yes,
research that you've done here and what you've presented, how
yeah.
would you define consciousness itself?
Ma'am, I would think of consciousness as basically the initialization of a thought. Uh, Rene
So,
Descartes
you're saying
also,
consciousness is what makes thoughts possible?
sorry,
So, you're saying consciousness is what makes thoughts possible?
the initialization of thoughts possible. Yes, that to start something, to think about something, is something that is basically a proof of consciousness. And it's different for humans, and it cannot be used in more, at least the AI as of now, AI models as of now.
All right, Rohan. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So thank you for that insightful presentation, Rohan. So now we move to another frontier of research that bridges neuroscience and technology, brain computer interfaces. Imagine a world where thoughts can directly interact with machines, opening possibilities for medicine, communication, and beyond. Let's welcome our second speaker, Rohit Kumar, to take us through this exciting journey. Handing over to you, Rohit.
So, good evening, everyone. Today, we are going to talk about something that feels like science fiction but is already becoming human reality: brain computer interface. the technology that connects our brain directly to machines. We'll explore the breakthrough, ethics, humanity, and the future that comes with BCI. I am Rohit Kumar, core R&D member at Razor IT Madras. For me, this is not just a technical topic. It's a journey of hope, dignity, capability, and a brand new way for human to communicate with machines. Humans, let me start with a small human story. Imagine your brain is fully awake. You can think, you understand everything around you, but your body is silent. No movement, no speech, just thoughts trapped inside the brain. BCI began with one powerful question: can we let the brain speak even when the body cannot? And that's where this journey truly started. Here is the real problem. Humans think at the speed of neurons, but we communicate at the speed of fingers. Our typing is slow, speaking is limited, touch interfaces are physical. This is called intent bottleneck. Your brain produces thoughts faster than your body can express. BCI tries to remove this gap, turning intent directly into actions. So, what exactly is BCI? Very simple. Brain or neural signals are captured. Then AI decodes patterns. Machine converts that into real actions. No physical movement needed. That's it. Thoughts into action. We broadly have three categories: invasive, surgery capability, non invasive like EEG, easy but noisy. Third, peripheral neural interface like wrist based, balance of usability and power. Each has different risk, different capability, and different future. Let's talk about something everyone has heard of: Neuralink, Elon Musk, headlines, debate, and Twitter's jokes. But beyond hype, there is a very real human story. A fully paralyzed man received a Neuralink implant for the first time in years. He controlled a computer using only his brain. He browsed the web, he moved the cursor, he played games, no joystick, no keyboard, no hands movement, just thoughts into action. This is not a tech achievement. This is a human dignity restored. Interestingly, some electrodes later shifted. Technically, this should make performance worse, but it didn't because AI decoding improved, meaning BCI advanced isn't only about electrodes, it's about intelligence that understand neurons, hardware plus AI into power. Now, whenever someone hears brain implants, the first reaction is, bro, is this is safe? Can someone hack my brain? Will it fry my thoughts? Let's be honest, no technology touching the brain is casual. The real concern are surgical risks, long-term stability, heat and power, reliability, and most importantly, mental privacy. Because unlike passwords, you cannot reset your brain. Safety isn't optional. Safety is everything. But the good news is global research is actively working on safer materials, on chip processing to avoid heat, wireless safety, strong ethical governance, and neuro rights movement to protect brain data. So the world is not building BCI blindly, it's building with the responsibly. Now, something truly beautiful, neuroprosthetic, where the brain controlled robotics arms. People who lost their arms can think and move a robotics arm. They can drink water again. They can write. They can hold someone's hands again. This is not technology. This is humanity revived. BCI today is impacting medical recovery, prosthetics, AR, VR interaction, assistive technologies, communication for paralyzed patients, and this is just the beginning. What are the advantages of it? BCI restores communications, restore independence, expand human capability, create completely newly human computer interaction. And what are the limitations? Yes, of course. Surgery risk, EEG noise, heat, power, bandwidth challenges, ethical privacy is still evolving. So it's powerful but must be handled responsibly. Brain data is identity. So BCI ethics means consent, control, safety, trust. BCI must empower humans, not exploit them. People often ask me, why did you choose BCI? Because most technology improve convenience, BCI improves capability, it's give voice to silence, it's give control to helplessness, it restores dignity. Also, it sit at the interaction of neuroscience, engineering, AI, ethics, and human emotions. So for me, BCI is not just tech research, it is human research. BCI is not about connecting brain to computer, it is about reconnecting human to possibilities.